Yeah, so I like what you're doing here. You're like putting your units separately, so you know like the different strategies that you can go towards. So like you got like your axe on the left with all the warriors, you got your hunters in the middle, then you got your venomancer who doesn't really fit into your strategy, but let's say you find more of it. The thing is like I feel like how you play is you're trying to optimize too much your own gameplay that you're not focusing on what's important. I mean, you shouldn't feel too stressed about this. Like, this is not a very easy composition to play, especially to play it fast. Like, you need a lot of experience doing this. Alright, guys, so this is our coaching stream. This will be the first ever live coaching that we'll be doing on our channel. Sam will be SamovarGolden. He will be our student for today. So our goal here is to try and improve Samovar wherever he may be lacking, or at least identify what he is doing correctly, so he knows what kind of steps to take to improve himself in the future. My goal is not to just tell him what to do, but to try to help him improve himself so that he can grow on his own even after the coaching session. So right now we got 8 players, mostly viewers, some of them very high Lord players. And Samovar himself, he is a Big Boss player. He is on his way to Lord as well. So let's see if we can help him identify some of his flaws or some of his things that he's doing correctly, and see if he can improve himself from there, okay? So we're just gonna start the game. And we'll do that. All right. Samvar, you want to say something yourself? Hi.
Hello.
Hi, YouTube.
And hello, YouTube. Yeah.
Be able to connect to the game. Someone might be disconnected.
It's weird. I see the sign waiting for players to connect, but in the background the game is going. Okay, so I'm making simple solution. It's first round, and there is axe. I'm buying it and placing it on the board.
So, well, what are your thought process between like axe and let's say tiny here?
Well, right now my thought process is like this. I will pick axe because he's gaining something from killing mobs. And most probably I will stick to this because like I can improve with the next step axe by buying how it's called, Beastmaster?
Yes.
Beastmaster.
Who is also a brawny.
There is a chance. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I will be feuder with improvements. On top of that, I can pick up another axe. So whenever I will level up axe to 2 stars, he will be having more kills because they will summarize.
Yes. It's a very
riches here, and most probably it will be like insta peak on like in almost any case for me for the first round.
Yeah. I would recommend next time. Well, you might want to buy something here, or else your axe will lose the round. You don't place something in there, yeah. So round 2, it's really important that like you do try to win it, because you have odds of getting some tier 2 items if you do win it. So make sure you do buy the unit and place it in. So talking about your first round pick, riches is good, but sometimes you might not want to value it over chainmail, because a lot of the tier 2 items are not that good, and chainmail is like the item that can mitigate damage for your tank and also mitigate damage that you will take throughout rounds if you do end up losing them, because the longer your front line is alive, the longer your DPS units can do damage. And there it is, you got your chainmail. So if you don't get chainmail, then after riches, it's pretty good to like give you options to find chainmail. And there you have your Beastmasters that you were talking about.
Yeah, and basically I sold how it's called?
The Bloodseeker.
Bloodseeker, yeah, exactly. Like my first thought was because I can use draw in this Reddit strat, let's say.
Well, you do have
like I'm planning to sell it right now to buy axe as well.
Yeah, that would be a good idea. here, because you want to have more pairs than have multiple of units. Because right now, if you go to another round, you're more likely to, you know, hit one of your units into a 2-star, which is creating a lot of presence on your board.
I will be Blade Mail here, just because I have brownies, and there is a high potential I will be getting big value from it on my axe. Yeah, I put Chainmail on Beastmaster because I don't have synergy from the warriors right now, and I think that it's better to leave for Beastmaster than for the axe, because he can do more damage over time.
Before the next round, so you might want to pull your units back a bit, like all the way to the corner.
Oh, yep. That's true. That's true. Ah!
It's okay, don't worry. So even though your units are melee and you think like if they stay in the front is a good idea, sometimes if you pull your units back, the enemy will run into you to the fight, and sometimes you will also dodge things like target buddy. So if you stay in the front lines, the enemy target buddy is pretty much gonna tank all your DPSers instead of the enemy, you know, you pulling them out of position from where they've placed themselves. So that can help you win rounds. And right now you have you actually have a really good start. Like Blamemail and 2 axes is probably one of the best starts. Thing about Axe is his with Blamemail, when he uses his call and he gains armor, Blamemail calculates damage before damage mitigation. So, and currently you just picked up a 2-star Tusk and you have a 3 warrior board with Beastmaster.
Yeah, on previous round I also pick up for the last gold I had the Venomancer because there was already Tusk, so I was planning to pair them for the Savage bonus. And I pick up Wind Ranger again because of the Reddit strat.
Yeah, so I like what you're doing here. You're like putting your units separately, so you know like the different strategies that you can go towards. So like you got like your axe on the left with all the warriors, you got your hunters in the middle, then you got your Venomancer who doesn't really fit into your strategy, but let's say you find more of it, you can have some more opportunities to like expand your pool of units that you can use. So that's really nice. So can you explain to me what this Reddit strat is that you're talking about?
Well, this is 3 hunters and 3 warriors. 3 hunters are like ideally. So give me a second. Yeah, I'm not changing here, but I can hit the interest point. Yeah, I will sell Venomancer and Wind Ranger to hit the interest point here. Yeah, so Reddit strat is 3 hunters plus 3 warriors. Exactly, it's like 4 units from level 2, which is Lardar, Patch, Wind Ranger, and Beastmaster, and 2 units of level 1, which is Axe and Bow Ranger. It's very strong camp, and because it's cheap and most units are from tier 2, you can easily level up them to 3 stars, or like very easy to 2 stars, and you can like invest a lot of money into 3-starring them for like round 25 without leveling up, and it proved to be working.
Okay, Sam, I'm gonna have to stop you right there. I think maybe we should just what do you call it? Maybe we should just queue up on ranked or something here, because we got 2 players who disconnected earlier.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I think it's better to do it that way, and I'll just do the screen share. I mean, I can just watch in game anyway, whatever you're doing, so it's fine.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, let's just start again, because I think it's not so fun with just having 6 players, and so many people disconnected. Okay. All right. So I'm just sorry guys. It seems like 2 guys disconnected, and then by round 5 it's not even gonna be fun to just be playing with 6 players. So we're gonna just try again, okay? And this time I think we'll just play on ranked, so you know that there will be much less players disconnecting, and there's some value inside the game as well. Alright, so I'm gonna spectate.
So yeah, I will lose first round. Meanwhile, I will be thinking whether to pick Batrider Tusk.
So yeah, so for the first round, it doesn't really matter whether you win or not. You're gonna get choices between tier 1 units, no matter what. So yeah, it's a good thing. So you have some options here, right? You can go Tusk, which can go into Savages and Warriors, which give you better early game potential. You have Bounty Hunter, who can be an Assassin or Scrappy, who is also a really core part of either of those comps. So whichever makes you feel more comfortable playing, whichever strat should be the one that you want to go towards.
Yeah, I think the task is better
Yeah.
to utilize because bounty hunter is more like a damage-based unit will be,
Mm-hmm. And
and with task I can go through the savages basically or through the warriors in the. Okay.
okay, well, you want to put units in here so you have higher odds of finding your tier
Uh,
two
yeah, I
guys.
got this
Tier
settings
two
for
items.
auto.
Yeah, that's good. So you have an option. You took the Nature's Prophet, but you should definitely think about it here. Is the Tusk pair worth more than this Nature's Prophet, right?
Yeah, this is a good thing, and I'm actually willing to. Yeah, so again, I'm always buying something just to win the round, and now I'm thinking into buying like the task, and yeah, I will prioritize chainmail here.
Yeah.
Over the blade mail. Other two are like not consideration for me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so
So
I will sell this guy, and I will think I will buy anti-mage.
good.
Okay. This is round 3. Okay, so I can drop whoever is available. And I'm willing to buy Batrider with Luna to have this like pair of knights. I will obviously snipe whoever, if there is anyone to have any knights for the future. I don't have any pairs here. There is a possibility to go into assassins, but I don't really like this camp, and I feel like it's like not in the meta right now.
So how about this anti-mage? Would you like to keep that over this bounty or ogre in the shop, depending on the compositions that you enjoy playing?
That's a good point. Well, yeah, I think I will keep him up. I mean, like, I don't think like any ogre or this thing.
Yeah, I think it's Claymore or Blightstone is your best choices here.
I would pick Blightstone here. I think.
Okay, so
this is like feels like this is more late game item, and I'm like thinking that something that is meant to be a late game. Give me a second. I'm doing some stuff here. Probably go like this, and this.
You can only have 3 units, yeah. Okay, so I'll quickly tell you something.
Yeah.
Don't worry. Like I said, no need to worry too much. Just focus on the round first, and then once the round starts, I'll just talk to you. So yeah, you took Blightstone because it's a late game item. I would recommend in this kind of meta where it's so heavy on early game advantages and HP that you don't want to focus too much on the late game. The thing is, if you focus a lot on the late game, there's a very good chance that you're just never getting there. Right? But if you can guarantee yourself to have a strong early game, you can always have an opportunity to get into the late game.
Okay.
Does that make sense? So Claymore is this item that can give you plus damage, which is like it almost doubles the damage for a lot of units, and not doubles, but like at least a 50% increase, and also it charges their mana faster. Whereas Blightstone can be a good team item, but to be honest, in the early game, it's not as valuable.
Yeah, that makes sense actually. Okay, I think I will switch to the Warriors camp with basically, let's go.
So you picked up the axe, you got the tiny, so you got the 3 warriors online, and now you got savages. So you did lose round 1. You do have your free roll. I like that you're not using your free roll instantly. You want to see like if you will lose this next round or not, so you can still save yourself for some eco. And if you do lose a round, you will be using your free roll right now.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I put the tiny in the front because I was expecting he will get damage first. Yeah, I'm losing the round here. Oh, bum. Give me a sec. Sell, buy. 3 losives. I need to sell 2. Okay, so I got pretty good camp here as for round 5. Like not amazingly good, but there is no one in the knights right now.
That's
so
good.
I think this is like some good start for the knights. I wouldn't switch to them from what I have right now, definitely. I have also anti-mage, so yeah, because it's 1 cost unit, star 2 is like costs exactly as 3 units that I just bought.
So you have a right now. What you're doing is you have a lot of units on your bench and your board, right?
Mm-hmm. I
So
think. Mhm.
what do you plan to do here? You're just gonna chill one more turn to see what your next packs are, and then decide from there. That's okay too if you want to do that.
Yeah, I think this is the right way. I'm not used to it because I was thinking right now to sell actually knights
Mm-hmm.
because I think I need a lot of like I think I need to get way more knights units to consider replacing them the warriors.
Okay.
But yeah, I'm trying to chill out in such kind of cases.
Yeah, so one thing you can do, right, is you could use your reroll to see what the next pack holds. And then
Mhm.
as soon as you see that, now you will understand, oh, what you want to go into. If you see more warriors, you can completely, transition into the warriors. Or if you see more knights, you can go into the knights. So I got a bat rider here, you got an axe, punch pair. So you can buy this, and you can buy the shop and then reroll to see what the next pack holds, and then sell off the other units. Yeah. So I got warrior, so you can sell off your knights now if you wish to get gold.
Yeah. This is a good
There you
idea.
go.
Here is the problem. Okay,
That's okay. That's okay. The beast synergy is probably a little bit more valuable than Heartless currently, because Jaw Ranger has very low HP as well, whereas Venomancer can still apply the attack speed slow onto the enemy and still ramp up a lot of damage because you have a lot of warriors.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So this is good what you did. You saw the next pack. You saw that there's a punch pair. You saw that you're a lot closer to warriors than you are with knights. You ended up selling the other comp so that you can still hit your interest points. You can get your gold running, and this is a lot better. There's a lot of players tend to make this mistake who are not Lord. Like they tend to hold too many units on their bench and keep missing interest points when they shouldn't.
Oh my god, the Sentinel.
Yeah. Well, you have two options. You can either run the anti-mage, which is good, or you can sell them for interest, and you can play for that.
I will most probably sell them. I will be leveling up here anyway, so
Yeah,
um,
that's fine. I mean, you don't have to buy anything either. So, because you're on a losing streak, are you not? Or no, you're currently on a 1 win. Yeah, it's only a 1 win, so it's okay.
Is it?
Yeah, we have a 1 win. The last round was a win.
Oh yeah, I lost 3.
That's good. You don't want to buy any other useless units in the shop because you're probably hitting your reroll button soon.
Yeah. I am hitting it. I'm buying this stuff.
It's good.
Okay. Yeah, and I will replace Axe with Slardar because he has crazy DPS. I'm actually not quite sure about this because then I will have not much. Oh, okay. I think I'm sure about this. Yeah, I will do this replacement. Okay. And I have another slot, so it will be definitely Draw Ranger.
Yes.
And I will put it in the corner so Patch can hook it instead of Venomancer.
Yeah,
which will be
that's good.
up.
So currently you don't have a winning streak, so there's really nothing much for you to protect right now. You can just buy the Slaughter casually. You can wait to see if you win or lose a round, then reroll. That's okay. There's a Nature's Prophet 3-star on the enemy board. Very good chance you're not winning. But they do have other 1-star units, so you could be surprised how much a Tusk 2-star can do in a fight.
Yeah. I actually want to buy this Witch Doctor and then reroll.
Yeah, you see the Tusk? I told you.
You're kidding me.
I told you. You can be surprised what a Tusk 2-star can do. And you actually ended someone's winning streak. So now you're not forced to use your free roll and break your economy. Next round, you can see if you can hit your 30 gold interest and then play from there.
Oh.
So how can you hit gold here? Can you? Sell Witch Doctor, sell Tusk, sell Tani. Yes.
Yeah, Tusk for sure. Tiny as well.
Yep. You don't need Tiny, he's not paired up. You already have Slaughter. You're gonna have an Axe 2-star after this round. You're gonna have a Slaughter 2-star after this round, right? So you already have 3 warriors that are gonna be 2-starred, right? There's no need for you to get this Tiny who's 1-star and this extra Tusk who you're probably not 3-starring. Like this is a composition that looks like you wanna go into a late game good stuff game, right? You're a big boss player. In your meta, in your bracket, this is the kind of stuff that people play, and this is the kind of stuff that helps you win. So that was really good.
I'm actually wondering how to put Axe in because it's a lot of HP with armor. Okay, I can see like the next board and even consider leveling up, spending 10 gold. I'm not sure about that, but it's like something. Okay.
I'd probably go with Aegis here over these all these other choices. Yeah. So
Yeah,
you're currently up. Yeah, because Ojaw's pretty good. That's a really nice upgrade. So now you got a really powerful board with 30 gold eco. I'd probably actually replace the Venomancer with the axe here, so you have more HP on the board. Give the Blightstone, yeah, yeah. So this gives more HP on the board and a decent chunk of damage as well. The other option is like if you don't value the Heartless that much, you could just replace the Veno with the Pudge, if ever, because the Jaw does do a lot of damage. That's for sure. Yeah. So I was gonna say that I mean your board looks pretty strong, and I think you're in a good spot. But the Aegis, when you're a big boss player, your goal is very simple. You're trying to get top 4 every game, right? Aegis, even when you're in a good position, as long as you don't have like the top 2 placements in HP, you probably want to take it. Because that means there's going to be someone else or maybe 2 other players who have the potential to be stronger than you are. Thus they can like keep, pecking you down, get you low health, and Aegis helps you have that confidence going into the mid game that you can stay alive and still get a decent placement.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. As long as you get top 4, you're climbing. And out of all those other items, you didn't see any good items to take.
This is where I said lobby, by the way. I have some, I don't know what is this rank.
It doesn't matter. Like, I mean, most of those players are all big boss, so it's not much difference between them anyway. So you definitely want to hit eco here.
Yeah.
It's very good for you.
Both those heroes to block someone on them. And I will probably buy this Beastmaster again when the round starts.
So let's look at your XP pool right now. More than like, blocking or whatever at the moment. You can see that in the next level, what are the percentages that you're getting?
I will finally get tier 4 units. And I will have another minion, like hero on the board. Yeah, I will level up here. Definitely.
Yeah. So leveling up here is good because in the next turn it will naturally roll over and you will get the level with the 1 XP that you gain at the start of every level, right? So it's a really good time to level on round 12, at the end of round 12. So when they're round 13, you get the next level and you get the odds for the bigger units. So right now you already have everything 2-star, right? Like majority of your units are 2-star. Only the Pudge isn't, who will naturally come. And by leveling, now you're increasing your odds of getting the bigger, stronger units that you're looking for, the more mid-game, late-game centric units that you're looking for.
I'm wondering if I should replace Veno with Enchantress. But I would rather...
Probably not. I mean, you can hit eco here, can you not? Or...
Yep.
There's an opportunity, right? You don't need to sell this Veno, I think. I think this is the time where you take a look at everyone's boards and you see how strong you are compared to everybody else. So seeing that you have more 2-star units than everyone else and that you do have like a few strong alliances, you can take a risk for it. Because if Veno does become 2-star, you're going to be a lot stronger later.
And important, I put Veno in the corner exactly for the Pudge. There is always some Pudge. Oh, only 2 Pudges. That's okay.
Yeah. It's better that your Veno dies instead of your Jaw Ranger dying. That's true. Very good. So you do have an Enchantress. There is some potential to run Enchantress with Charm Protector, who's a very strong unit currently in the game. Ench can help your tree grow to a 2-star, but you are kind of high level now. And see, because you didn't sell the Venomancer and you still won the round, you've been rewarded, right? Because of that. So you can take that. Now you have to judge whether Veno or Jaw is better to be hooked with the Pudge, by the Pudge. So I like that you're not using your reroll currently. The biggest reason why I like that is because it allows you to save your reroll when you're higher level. So when you're higher level, you're gonna get better odds of finding stronger units off your reroll.
Yeah, I also saw that there is one Beastmaster, and this looks like Reddit strat with some modifications, so there is a chance that this guy will be rerolling a lot. So I will pick up the Beastmaster unless he will be like staying. Like unless I will be missing 2 gold. I also trying to remember how much units I have for sailing, which is like 3 gold here plus Beastmaster, which is 5.
That's good.
To keep track on whether I can level up or not.
Yeah. So it is a creep round, and what do you want to do on round 15?
Yep, I want to
move your DPS units to the back. Always remember this, because round 15 is like an extremely important round, okay? Round 15 is a round that you don't want to lose whatsoever, because it gives you an opportunity to potentially roll a tier 3 item. And tier 3 items can easily be the one reason why you will win between round 15 and 20, or get a nice solid win streak, which gives you a big chunk of gold. So just pay attention to that. Make sure you don't lose these rounds. And one thing I will mention about you, so I like how you pre-level here, because you already know in the next round you're gonna have already 50 gold interest no matter what, and now you're gonna get another unit in. It's very good. Leveling allows you to be stronger than everybody else faster, and you do have a win streak right now, and you're protecting it. Very good move. So I will say, like, as good as it is to like block units from other players, try not to, like, you know, screw yourself over by doing that. So what you looking at here?
I'm thinking about, well, Mechans is a good thing, but I will rather go Helm of Undying
here. Do it.
For like some future units that I will have, like Doom, for example, so he can successfully activate the Dooms.
Yes.
Yeah, I will put here most probably Juggernaut, just to get some bonus on the axe.
What's in your shop? Sanking could be good too. You don't need the extra unit. It can give you a stun instead of the Juggernaut, right?
That's a good point.
So the Sanking also is a beast. He'll get some your item, your helm.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's okay. Don't worry about it. So when you do get the item, think about how you can just place it right away, I guess, first. Don't worry. Even high level players like myself tend to forget items all the time, but you know, when you're thinking about a lot of things inside the game, it's not really easy for you to just remember everything, right? So it tends to happen. Don't worry about it.
I will level up here because I'm doing it on round 17 when I'm playing good stuff. I will most probably sell like up to 8 gold here.
That's very good.
Which will be like 12 gold, and put some and drop on the board one of these dudes. So I will see how much gold I need for hitting the interest. Okay, this is not much. Not much needed. I will sell Beastmaster here because I can.
You can sell everything, but the pudge. You can sell everything. You hit 50 gold and put the pudge in, right? Or. Kind of. 3, 4, 5, 6, 10 gold with the Sanking, put the pudge in the Tuscan. Oh. Yeah. So what you could have done there was you just had to sell the pudge. You just sell the Sanking, and then you sell everything else, and you just put the level 1 pudge in Tuscan, and you would have been fine. But most of the time, it's obviously less valuable to, you know, think too much about interest and just consider your board strength and how you can make it more powerful. You are winning here, so it's gonna be okay. Yeah, you are.
Yeah.
And now this is very close to completing your win streak, by the way. So what I like you did there was you leveled, because you do have a win streak again to protect. It'll give you odds of finding a stronger unit at a higher level. This is how you play this late game warrior comp. So big fan of that. What you just did. So there.
I also decided to put these helm.
So let's focus on your units first and how to fix your board, because you have a win streak. Well, how can you make your board stronger right now? You have a tree and an enchantress. Take them.
You think so?
Yes, yes.
Four
Take the
warriors
tree.
on top of it.
Yeah, take the tree and yeah, put the engine. No, no, not the tusk. Oh boy.
Axe?
You didn't need to remove anything. You had an extra unit.
Oh yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
Okay,
so
messed up with warlock.
yeah, so next time don't think too much about your items or what you wanna like. Just think about how to make your board strength strong first, because right now there's a very good chance you're about to lose this round because you don't have a tusk in there.
Tree.
Alright, your tree is doing it. He had like 1 HP, that was really nice. So yeah, so again, round start, think about how to make the strongest possible board, don't think about anything else, then fix your items and go from there, alright? Right now, you're not going to have much time to explain a lot about what you want to do because you got a lot going on already at the moment. So it's really good that now you got your Enchantress and you got your Strength Protector, you completed your win streak, you can start saving some gold, and you can already start going to level 9 now. It's very good. You got a very powerful board right now. This is probably...
Yeah.
Let's take now there's a lot of downtime, right? What can you do during your downtime?
I would actually press.
Wait, did you just click the reroll?
Yes.
Why?
I was thinking about improving the Pudge or someone because I don't want to spend gold right now on leveling.
Why is that?
I will level anyway on 21st.
So this is the thing, right? Let's say now you don't lose this round, right? You win this round. But if you held your reroll, right, and you go to 20 and then 21, now you have a free reroll when you're level 9, right?
Yeah, that's true. But yeah, so I'm quite often.
But the Bat Rider.
Oh yeah, for the troll, for the future of the troll. I'm quite struggling in these cases. Oftenly when I'm like everything is going fine and I have like extra gold for leveling or for something, or I have like all units 2 stars and I'm like just sitting doing nothing. I have no idea what to do right now.
Yeah, nothing. You don't have to do anything. It's as simple as that. You don't have sometimes the best thing is to do nothing, right? You save your gold, you wait till round 20. Round 20 starts. Let's fix your board first so you don't risk any chances of losing the round in any way, right? So in this situation, I wouldn't put Pudge in the front. You'd obviously put Pudge in the back. A lot of people make this mistake of putting Pudge and Tiny in the front. They both throw the round in terms of like killing the wrong units. But yeah. So when you rerolled for that Pudge there, it was a very like low value reroll. You know what I mean? Like you're only rerolling for 1 unit, which is not even important whether you win that round or not.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And now you don't have the reroll for level 9 anymore.
That's very bad, yeah. I was more thinking like doing something is better than doing nothing, but apparently it's not.
No. Sometimes doing nothing is better. If you want to do something, fix your board. Think about how you can improve your board positioning so your units can get more damage. For example, you could have moved your Enchantress and your Drow Ranger, right? Oh, those are good items. So you can get Mass Gear. It can prepare for your Troll Warlord, which is pretty much the best unit and best in slot item for that unit, so that's really good. Okay, so right now you might want to be taking some rerolls here because you did spend a lot of gold, a lot of time rolling. You don't have 6 warriors quite yet, so you can take this Doom, put it in. That gives you 5 warriors. Okay, so I mean it's okay for you to chill here. Most really high level players right now would be rolling a lot on round 21 because they want to find their upgrades and they want to find them faster than everybody else. Okay, but if you're not like a super high lord player and you're not playing against other high lord lobbies, it's okay for you to like relax and hold your eco and just slowly but surely find all your upgrades. Does that make sense to you?
Yeah.
Okay, because
I'm quite oftenly staying on this 50 gold, like not like really until the death, but I'm 87 gold, 87 health right now, so I definitely won't be pushing anything.
Yeah, so right here, like for example, you lost to this guy, But if you roll down a bit more, you found that 6th warrior, because you're right now you're sitting on 5 warriors, right? If you found that 6th warrior or you found another upgrade, you would not be losing to him, and probably you would be beating him and dealing like 10 damage to him. So let's try to roll down here, try to find some upgrades for yourself. They got a Witch Doctor, that's really good to summon Troll Warlord. Now, now you got to decide, are you gonna go the Warlock's route or are you gonna go the route of something else here, right? So take Alk, you can take Alk and reroll, it's fine. So you have this Tree and Ench who are 1-star you can replace at the moment.
Yeah.
What do you want to put in?
I was looking for the warrior here. If there would be warrior, I would most probably put the disruptor and some random warrior instead of 3. I'm planning right now to roll a lot. I will also check. Okay, I'm losing.
Yeah, this is the product of you not rolling below 50 gold when you spend so much time leveling, right? But at least you're level 9, yeah, and you're getting some upgrades here. So you can also sell your Tree and your Ench at this point. They're pretty much like irrelevant, especially since you're planning to roll, and they're both 1-star, right? So yeah. I would probably in this position get your Warlocks in. It could be useful until the time you find your 6th warrior, of course. Yeah, you got Arc Warden, not bad unit, especially if I have some upgrades. There's your 6 warriors, that's good. You can probably replace the Disruptor with your Arc, give him Blightstone, and move your Drow away, right? You know the punch spot, how it works, right?
Yep.
Okay, so you should leave that slot open on the left side, or else the Arc Warden will summon elsewhere.
Yeah, I'm doing this kind of things often. He will run away from here. Okay.
See, yeah, that's like, so it's okay. I mean these things come with experience. Okay, so now that you have some time, you should probably roll because you're gonna be losing. I would suggest you roll until like at least 40 gold right here. Try to find yourself some upgrades. The Sodar is probably not getting 3-starred in general, so you got a Tad and I got a Kunkka here. Yeah, because you're not strong. You're not strong right now. This is a prime example of being a bit too greedy here. Okay, you can chill. You're gonna get another roll next round. You're also gonna get a free roll. Alright, you already have 40 gold. Let's see what you get here. Alright, that's not bad. You can take that. Take the free roll, see what you get. Alright, so we should probably sell some of your Warlocks here. Sell the Disruptor. Yeah, I would sell them. Yeah, that's gold. Sell them.
Disruptor?
Yes.
This will allow us to hit interest point.
Yeah.
And I think I will do this as well.
Sure, you can also sell your Jaw Ranger because you don't need that unit anymore either.
Oh yeah, I forgot about this. I should have replaced Draw Ranger, not the Arc Warden.
So the thing about playing 6 warriors, right? It's very simple. The reason why you sold your disruptors there is 1, it costs too much gold to hold at this round. 2, you need to find Troll Warlord before you can even play 4 Warlocks because you need to go to level 10, right? And right now you're not in a state where you're strong enough to even go to level 10 because you're bleeding at the moment, right? So you can take the second Alchemist in the shop, it's fine.
Yep.
That's good.
Yeah, I will stay right now without rolls, just because it's round 25, so there will be fight with the mobs.
Yeah, so you can also sell your Venomancer, you don't need that. You can put like, oh, you're gonna use the Mask of Manus on him for now, huh? Yeah, so in this situation you can definitely think about like whether Venomancer is good or Alchemist is good, because Alchemist can give minus armor to everybody, right? Yeah, so your goal is simple right now. You're level 9, you have Necrophos paired, you have Doom paired, you have a lot of pairs here. Let's just try to get all your upgrades to level 2 and then see if you can find Troll Warlord while you're at it, okay? Yeah. And you should definitely roll until you hit those units. Don't like save your gold anymore because everybody is already starting to become stronger and there's going to be players who are going to be going all in and they're going to be chunking you for a lot of damage, okay?
Okay.
So let's just try to roll. Let's try to find our upgrades until we feel like we are so strong that nobody can beat us anymore. Arc's good. You don't need these slaughters. You don't have to buy these random slaughters, okay? Yeah. They're gonna be very hard to 2-star, 3-star, and they're gonna be very confusing for you. Octarine's amazing.
We'll go with Octarine, yeah.
Very good item. Alright, I keep rolling here. So you buy yourself more time. Make it less confusing for yourself. Tidehunter, nice.
Now it's time for...
There you go, Tidehunter. Let's replace your Tusk or Axe. Yeah. Okay, let's get the Mask of Madness. Yes, there you go. Now you chill. Now you chill. Oh,
wait a moment. No.
Sell the axe. No. Sell the axe for your sell the axe. Sell the axe. Sell the axe.
How? What?
For the tide.
Fuck.
What did it sell?
Arc Warden.
That's fine. It's not a big deal. I mean,
I didn't realize that I already had 4 warriors, and that the tide is like new dude here.
Yeah. So the thing is, like, I feel like how you play is you're trying to optimize too much your own gameplay that you're not focusing on what's important. Okay, so you're like buying these slaughters, you're putting all these useless units on the side and things like that. Okay, just focus on what units are important for your comp and just play with that. All right, so you can definitely get rid of this axe for your tide. You have a tide 2-star on your bench. Okay, so sell that. All right, sell this tusk as well right now. You have a lot of time. Sell the tusk, get rid of it. Okay, and now let's roll some more. Let's see if the reroll what you hit. Okay, so there's nothing here. Let's try to finish your Doom and your Necro before we level to 10 here. Yeah, there you go. You got a Troll 2-star. Okay, that's enough. That's also enough. Troll 2-star is amazing. Okay, so let's try to fix your positioning a bit. I wouldn't put the Troll on the side like this. I'd probably put him somewhere near the middle area, and I would push up my Tidehunter and my Kunkka and my Pudge up front, so they're the ones tanking all the damage. Alright? So that'll be very good for you if you do that.
Assassins. Camp.
I mean, you shouldn't feel too stressed about this. Like, this is not a very easy composition to play, especially to play it fast. Like, you need a lot of experience doing this, so... But I will tell you, at the end of this, you will win this game. So, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, I got very good rolls here. So, okay, I'm actually used to stay in this position.
Yeah, this is not optimal for you because you want the enemy... Oh, that's a really good unit to get. Okay, that's good. So, don't upgrade the Arc yet. You can upgrade it later. Then I would recommend at this position that since you're so strong, you should just level to 10. So you can get the
40 gold to level.
Yeah, you don't need to level yet. You can always chill till after the creep round and then level up and such, okay? So you can definitely take this Alchemist. It could be your 10th unit until you find your Disruptor again, and this is a game where you can run 4 Warlocks plus Disruptor because you already have Troll Warlord with Mask of Madness. You don't need your Arc Warden to be in your final comp. And if you take a look at the other players, let's see what they're playing. Right now, the top board is 3 warriors. The other boards are warriors as well. There's no mages. You don't have to think too much about scaled in this kind of game. So playing 4 warlocks would be really nice here. Okay, so like I said, you didn't need to level here because you're so much stronger than everyone already.
Yeah.
And you could have saved yourself 2 more rounds of interest points, right? So yeah. So.
Yeah, I think I will drop these dudes already on the board.
Yeah, I will
just for getting like, yeah.
So let's put your Tide in the front and your Kunkka in the front too. So they're the ones who are tanking majority of the damage first. So they're the ones who are gonna run in and tank all your damage, right? So that's very important, okay? So I will tell you this, like playing 4 warlocks without Disruptor is generally not a good idea. I think your Arc Warden was providing more value on your board because it gives double Blightstones. If you know what I mean. So Blightstones do stack, so that's -6 armor on each target. Yes, they stack. And also the enemy Pudge is hooking your Arc Warden, right? So I mean there's some
things happening right now. I'm a little bit stressed out actually.
Sorry, what's that?
I'm a little bit stressed out because there is a lot of things happening and I got like a bunch of new information, so
yeah, don't worry. Like I said, this is it's gonna be a bit it's gonna be like that when you play a comp like this. It's very how do you say, it's very time sensitive. composition. Okay, you have some windows where you really need to be able to hit your units, and you need to roll properly to do that. And so don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. I mean, at the end of the day, you're so strong that leveling to 10 there probably didn't even matter. You know, like you still have
yeah,
a win streak and you still got 30 gold, so you're okay.
I was thinking also about increasing the this ace chance from 3 to 6.
But it's not that, it's not as important as like that extra gold that you will get during that time probably. So I mean,
I will be at 50 right
like I said, like these things don't even matter. Like these are such small things. Okay, those things don't matter. Don't think about optimizing everything. Think about just playing what's in front of you. All right. What do you like here? Daedalus? Daedalus looks good to me. Yeah. That's a good Doom item. Very good Doom item. He does a lot of damage with that. That's for sure.
Actually, I will put this thingy on him.
So I'd probably sell Dusa here for economy.
Yep.
I think you're so strong that you can just chill, and then later, if you feel anyone's getting too strong or you find a disruptor, you can just replace. You can like roll down to find your disruptor to replace your warlock, and then you're gonna be okay. So let's look at other people's boards and stuff too after this round, okay? To see what they're playing. So I like what you're doing here. You boxed up because you're fighting assassins. It's very nice. If you did play against mages, I wouldn't recommend this kind of positioning, but because you are fighting into assassins, this is really good.
Yeah, I already checked mages like, I don't know, 10 or 15 rounds ago when I was selling the Viper.
Right.
So I'm quite sure there are no mages. I will buy it just to block someone. There is no knights anymore.
Yeah, you don't need to think too much about blocking. Like I'm telling you right now, like
the thing is I have nothing to do.
I know. But even so, you should think more about like what your next goal is in the game. Okay? You have 40 gold, you're level 10. What are we doing, right? So right now you could probably roll because you have so much gold. Like you don't need to take this to your grave. So let's try to find your disruptor just a little bit. Oh, you got your punch, streamer luck. Nice. I think you can chill here with 40. It's fine. But yeah. So let's just wait and see. Next round, it's narrowing down to who you're fighting. There's warriors only now. You don't have to what do you call it? Box up so heavily anymore. You can like kind of spread your units out in the front row, put your troll in the back with your warlocks and stuff. It would be very good. So this guy also has a troll warlord 2-star. He's at 1 health. He's probably stronger than you are because you don't have disruptor right now. But he has also no gold.
That's a lot of damage.
Yes.
Okay, I'm planning on starting rolling here.
Yeah, you can roll right now. Let's try to find this disruptor. That's good. That's a very big upgrade. So let's try to reposition. Let's just put the Tide and the Pudge. Tide, Pudge, Kunkka only in the front. Let's keep rolling. Try to get your disruptors, because that's literally the only reason why they're beating you right now. It's okay.
I would rather stay on 20s.
Sure. I mean, to be honest, from this position, like there's only 3 players. Your eco doesn't matter anymore. More than like actually finding that unit. So it looks like you're fighting a brownie board. Your Doom got doomed. That's unfortunate, but you should be way stronger than this guy. So you're gonna be okay here.
Axe with blade mail. I'm gonna die.
Ooh, you are dying actually. Wow. Why does he have so much HP, this axe? 4 brownies. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 12, 15. Now you're okay, I think. I mean, you're still alive. Don't worry. Relax. Relax. Let's just try to find. Let's just try to find your last item.
5,000 blade mail.
Alright, last unit. You still have Aegis, don't forget that, right?
Oh yeah, I completely forgot about that, by the way.
Yeah, let's just one more. Oh, there it is. You can sell the Warlock now. Sell the Warlock, get the Disruptor, there you go. Get the Helm on the Disruptor. Yeah. Let's put the Witch Doctor in the Pudge's corner so he can get hooked instead of, like, let's say your Troll or whatever.
Which Witch Doctor in the Pudges?
Like in one of the corners so the Pudge will hook him, yeah.
Oh yeah, makes sense.
Yeah, that's okay. I mean, this time you're fighting him, you got your Disruptor, so...
This is so unfortunate, look at him. Yeah, he got silenced.
Big ult. Disruptor's not even dying.
Okay, that's cool.
You see the huge difference now that you hit your Disruptor, right?
Yep. This is weird, why?
Because Disruptor gives you the Warlock Ace that tags 2 units instead of 1 unit. That's why...
I forgot why we were looking for him.
Yes. So to be honest though, you would be fine in this game if you didn't have Warlock earlier, you had Arc Warden.
Yeah.
If you had Arc Warden, you would probably already have won this, but it goes to show like 4 Warlocks are not good without Disruptor. Okay? So if you had Arc Warden 2-star with Daedalus, you probably would already also be winning right now.
Okay.
Right. So it's a creep round. Let's spread some of your units a little bit so you don't just die here. You could potentially find your refresher. I put Tide in the middle. He's a Shishu tank and
wait.
Anyway, let's look at the other guy's board while you kill this dragon, so we can see like what he has, what he's positioning. He's got his Troll 2. He's got a casual axe. You should be stronger than him as long as you position just your tanky units in the front line and then put your damage dealers in the back. So what's your tanky units? Kunkka, Tide, Pudge. Your damage dealers are Troll, Slaughter, Doombringer. You should definitely put your Slaughter in the back a little bit. Oh, Sight looks good to me.
Okay.
It's a lot of disables, It's for the enemy. It takes a unit out for like 4 seconds of a fight. It's really good. Yeah, put the Slaughter beside the Doombringer. Yeah, like that. That's good. So this is something I've been doing for a while. It's like Slaughter and Doombringer just sit together so they can like cast amplify damage and the Doom can like chunk that guy together. It's really nice. So generally, like if you think about positioning, that's something that you can do.
He gonna die first, right?
Yeah, that's okay. He gets his big ult off, and now this Alchemist is gonna die without casting Asprey. No, he got it off, but that's okay. It's not a big deal.
So I will check if he doesn't have the Aegis, and he didn't place his Scythe.
Easy. Got him.
Yep.
That's why I said, don't panic, no need. It's fine. Everything is always fine. You're not dead until you're dead, right? So, GG. Congratulations. You have won your 100 MMR playing a complete good stuff board, Warrior Warlocks. Actually, as you can see, like, even though you might feel experienced or you think you know what you're doing or like you're trying to min-max sometimes, there's still a lot that you can learn from the game. There's a lot of small things, and as you saw in this game, there were situations where like you panicked because you were like trying to do too many things at the same time, right? Like that time between round 20 and 25, I felt like there was a lot of stress there. It didn't need to happen, right? So if you stay focused and you think about what you need to do for your next round, you can already start doing it the previous round. You can already start preparing for that. Okay, so and you play this comp especially after round 20, that's when things get really, really hectic. In the first few rounds, okay, you're just putting some 2-star units, everything is fine, you're trying to win streak, everything will look okay. But after the round 20, you need to really like roll down, find your upgrades, make sure you're stronger than everybody else, and then you can start ecoing again. If you notice, you had like I think 80 health at round 20, then by round 25 you already dropped to like 40. You lost literally half your HP because you were thinking a lot more about your economy, holding your gold. But at that point, when you're weaker, you cannot be so greedy with your gold. You need to try to roll down, find enough upgrades to sustain yourself, keep yourself up. GG
Okay.
boys.
Yeah, I will need to rewatch this video a few times.
That's okay. So anyway, like in a lot of situations, I could have asked you. Someone said ask leading questions, but when it comes to the late game, there's no time. You know, in these
Yeah,
kind of situations, for me to just ask you, oh, why you should do this, why you should do that. In Underlords, it's not a game where like you can just simply sit there, dwell for like 3 minutes, and there's a clock where you can click it for your next opponent to start his turn or something like that. It's going very quickly, so you got to think fast before the game. Sometimes you got to think what you're gonna do before the next round. You got to think what you got to do, and as long as you keep picking it up and you keep training those things, you're gonna be much better, for sure. But yeah, I mean, you played a perfect comp. Now you understand like what your final composition would look like. In the future, if you don't get Troll Warlord, try to play with Arc Warden instead. You still need some kind of damage dealer. And then if you do pick up Troll Warlord, you always have the option to go into 4 Warlocks for sure.
Yeah, I also was wondering, building this camp, what if I don't have the how it's called, Arc Warden? What others like carries or damage dealers can I use instead of him?
Well, if you are playing Warrior Warlocks and you go to level 20, you're very likely to hit at least one Arc Warden, or Troll Warlord. Like, it's just probability wise it's gonna happen. So you can run an Arc Warden with Maelstrom or Basher or any other DPS item that you do have until you find Troll Warlord. If you have a 2-star Arc Warden, then you can use both Arc Warden and Troll Warlord. But Arc Warden is definitely the best unit as a kind of like a replacement for Troll. Your Doombringer tends to do a lot of damage as well in fights. So most of the time, like if you're playing this comp and you're like medium rolling, you're either gonna hit the Troll, the Arc, or the Doom. One of them will be either 2-starred or whatnot. If you don't, then that's a situation where like you're probably being contested by someone else, or you're very, very, very like low rolling. And if that happens, then you just gotta suck it up and be like, okay, this is one of those games, and move on, right? It's just like any card game, any probability game. Sometimes you just really don't get your things. But if you want to think like, if you want to get really creative with like your DPSers, you can even run things like Gyrocopter, which is not bad for DPS. If you have like Maelstrom or Basher or something like that, Deadeye is probably a possibility. You can run Terrorblade Anti-Mage if you picked it up really early in the game with 6 Warriors, until the time that you pick up your Arc Warden or your Troll Warlord or whatnot. Just try not to play TB with the Doombringer. You can keep it on the bench until it's 2-starred the Doom or something. There's you can always get creative in these kind of games. There's no like super wrong answer or something like that. Anything is really possible, but most of the time the replacement for Troll is Arc Warden and your Doombringer pretty much.
Okay, got it.
Yep. Alright, any other questions you have?
Not anymore.
Okay.
Yeah, I need to collect all the data I received, rewatch the video again, and move on.
Yeah, no problem. I mean, the best advice I can give you is like 2 really important things is, 1, don't panic, okay? Don't stress over the game. It's at the end of the day, it's just a game, right? Just play. If you lose, you lose. If you and after that, you can think about what you did wrong, okay? But in the game, try not to panic. Keep it chill. Number 2 is don't overthink anything, like inside the game. All right, like don't try to do way more than you can. Right? Like some positions, it's good that you're buying units from other people and you're like holding it off. But if you're already not focused on every other aspect of the game, you don't need to do that. Okay, the number 1 thing to focus on in the game is yourself first, right? Once you've mastered focusing on yourself, then you can already move on to mastering focusing on other people while focusing on yourself. You got that? Does that make sense?
Yeah, that makes sense. And I'm actually not paying much attention on how I can improve like the board all the time.
Right. That's especially in the mid game, that's very important, because like if you don't improve your board in the sense that like positioning wise, or like you have some units on your bench that can increase your board presence, you're going to like lose a lot more HP than you would like to, right? Those of you who have played this game for a long time, you've probably watched or played yourself games where like you live or like you win a game with 2 health. You know, how many times in this game, like we probably, you know, put in some extra units or leveled early and whatever, and we still only won by like 2 HP, right? Like that's just the nature of a lot of composition. That's just the nature of like how the game works. Other players are still going for the same strategy you are, but you doing this the like making sure that your board is strong and trying to improve it constantly allowed you to put yourself in a position where you can win like this. Yeah, but like I said, like try to make like a checklist of like what's actually important. Try to go through that checklist first before like you move on to, you know, like I said, holding other players' units or something like that, which is probably much further down the list. Yep.
Sure.
I think that's it.
Yep.
That was a good game. Hopefully you learned a lot from that, and yeah, it's a good thing if you will rewatch it. I think you will even notice things yourself, and then you can also consider like why I said some of the things in the late game. In the early game, I allowed you to obviously like make your own decision. I explained like why something was good or not, but in the late game, that's when like things are starting to get hectic, and I just wanted to make sure that, you know, you were getting the right units on the board, and we were able to pick up the W here.
Yeah, makes sense.
Okay, thank you, Sam.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye bye.